Okay, hi everyone. So so ini adalah kali pertama that we're trying this. I want to see if this works better, especially for because ramai orang yang I was doing a little bit of research into using the thing that we were using before Zoom, and we found that actually Zoom consumes a lot of data because you're downloading information and also uploading it at the same time, especially if you are if you are videoing lah. So we decided to try out this method because on YouTube you can adjust the setting of the video. So if you don't want to use too much data, set the setting of your video to a lower this one. And some of us who were involved in the test period cakap 480 okay 480p is quite okay, masih boleh nampak, and it's not too blur, okay, and we're trying to see we're trying to see whether this works better, and just let me know just let me know in the comment section, or somewhere, or even in the live chat, whether this is better lah. Okay, secondly, I want to let you know that we have been told kami guru-guru sudah disuruh untuk mengambil kehadiran, okay, to take attendance whenever we have sessions like this now. And so I wanted to find a way that we don't use so much data, but I can still take attendance. So which is why the live chat is very important. Okay, if you're in this stream, and if you see the chat box at the side over there, or if you're using your phone, it's at the bottom. Okay, just type your name. Just type your name and let me know who you are. Okay, just so that I know lah. Okay, siapa yang hadir dan siapa yang tidak. Okay, because we have to give all this data to our bosses lah. Okay, just to see whether it is okay. If it is buffering, it is probably because your setting is a bit too high. Okay, so change the video settings on your part, and then it will be better. Okay, so this is a trial and error, so don't worry about it. Okay, if it's not so good, we will go back to Zoom. Okay, but I want to see if this works better because dia tidak banyak menggunakan data lah berbanding dengan Zoom. Okay, so thanks for coming everybody. The not so good thing about this is saya tidak nampak lah. Okay, saya tidak nampak siapa yang ada di sini atau tiada. The only thing that tells me that you're here is the live chat. Okay, so no worries. I can see that there are 11 of you here. Okay, so 11 pun 11 lah. But since today is a tutorial session, let's begin our tutorial. Okay, if there's any question that you want me to answer, please write it down in the live chat. Okay, the live chat so that I know which question you're referring to. Okay, kalau tiada soalan ni, dia tinggal saya buat monolog saja ni. So please, write whichever question that you want lah. Okay, we're focusing mainly on coordinate geometry and also linear law. Okay, but if there's other questions that you want to ask, you should ask lah. Okay, and especially if there's no more questions berkaitan dengan the two exercises that we're doing. Apa itu linear law and coordinate geometry. Okay, so any questions that you want me to answer at this point? Everybody's waiting for a question. Okay, if there's no question yet, if there's no question yet, then I'm going to answer a question that was asked from me by another student. It's actually a log question, okay, index and log question. So if you have your files, okay, it is, I don't know what page this is, page 60. Okay, macam. Okay, macam page 60. All right, and we're looking at this question. Okay, question 4B. Okay, page 60, question 4B. All right, so the question goes a little something like this. Okay, so 4B says that this is an index and log question. Okay, so the question is 4B. And this question was given to us by Ben. Okay, Ben Lau from 5S1. So it says that if ax plus a to the power of minus x equals to 6, equals to the root of 6. Okay, we want to show, okay, show that a to the power of x minus 2 and a to the power of x plus 2 equals to negative 1 over 2a to the power of x. A to the power of 2x, sorry. A to the power of 2x. Hold on, let me see if I got this question correct. Page 60. Okay, 60. Okay, so whenever you're asked to do a buktikan question, okay, soalan pembuktian, they give you this okay, if ada, then show that this. Okay, so negative 1 over a minus 2x. So whenever there's a showing question, kalau ada soalan pembuktian okay, the right way to approach this question is to take one side or the other side. Okay, so sama ada kamu dari kiri, and then kau buktikan all the way until the right side, or you start from the right side and you buktikan until the left side is true. And usually we like to take the complicated side okay, because the complicated side makes more sense. So I'm going to use this side. Okay, I'm going to prove that this one, okay, through some magical working or something, at the end it's going to give me this answer. Okay, so this is, I'm going to write this as my start, and this is my finish. Okay, so I want to start from here and I want to finish here. So if I'm going to start from here, okay, I'm going to separate this out now. A to the power of x minus 2 and a to the power of x plus 2. Okay, if I multiply this, this will become a to the power of 2x, okay, minus 4. Okay, a to the power of 2x minus 4. And then, but the question is, how do we get this? Okay, how do we get this? Okay, somebody is asking me, a to the power of x times a to the power of x is x plus x, so it's a to the power of 2x. Okay, equals to a to the power of x tambah x. This is log, index formula. So it's a to the power of 2x. Okay, because x plus x is 2x. So the question is, okay, I've gotten this but how do I prove this? Okay, it seems like I'm very far away jalan from here. Okay, let's go back to this. Dia cakap a to the power of x plus a to the power of minus x equals to 6. Okay, so I'm going to change color. I'm going to use red now. Okay, I'm going to use this. A to the power of x plus a to the power of minus x equals to the square root of 6. Yeah. Okay. And actually, this question is giving me a bit of a hit. Okay, it's okay. So this will be a to the power of x plus, I'm going to change this to 1 over a to the power of x. There are many ways we can do this. Okay, but sometimes the best way is you got to experiment and see how. Okay, try to change things up and see what happens. So we find that this is equals to, I'm going to write this as 6 to the power of half. Okay, which I will come to in a while. So now what I'm going to get is a to the power of x. If I want to hilangkan the one at the bottom here, okay, I'm going to multiply everything by a to the power of x. So a to the power of x plus a to the power of x will be a to the power of 2x plus 1 equals to, and then this will be 6 to the power of half and a to the power of x. I multiply everything by a to the power of x. Okay? Then what happens is I get this a to the power x over here plus 1. Okay, equals to 6 to the power of half, okay, or square root 6. Am I reading this correctly? Yeah, square root of 6. Okay, sorry, square root of 6. Okay, and then come to a to the power of x. So if I were to rewrite this, let's experiment lah. Okay, actually, honestly, I don't really know how to solve this, but let's experiment this and see how. So a to the power of 2x equals to 6 to the power of half a to the power of x minus 1. Okay, so what if we substitute this in here? What if? Okay, what if we substitute this in here? Let's see what happens. So if we get 6 to the, okay, I'm going to write square root 6 again now. Square root 6 a to the power of x minus 1 minus 4. Wow. Are you as stuck as I am already? Maybe I should look at the marking scheme lah. Okay, maybe there's an easier way to think about this. Let me see. Let me see if there's an easier way to think about this. Because actually this question is only 2 marks. So if it is a 2-mark question, it may not be necessarily that difficult lah. Okay, but unfortunately, the marking scheme doesn't give me any answer. So I'm stuck on my own. Okay, so how do I prove that this is equal to this? Wow, negative 1 over 2, negative 1 over a to the power of 2x. Wow. This is a very bad beginning. I know. This is a very bad beginning to this live stream. Okay. It's so unfortunate that we are dealing with a lot of questions. Yang saya sendiri pun am having a little bit of problems with this. What do you think? A to the power of x minus 2, a to the power of x plus 2. If I do all this, wow, this is more difficult than I anticipated. Am I buffering or are you buffering? Okay, you know what? I'm going to come back to this question. I will come up with a solution to this. Okay, but maybe not in this live stream. Okay, so yes, I am honestly stuck at this. Okay. Well, I guess we all have our days. Okay, so there was one question that was asked here, which is coordinate geometry question 7. Okay, coordinate geometry question 7. So since we're supposed to be talking about coordinate geometry, let's take a look at that. Okay, coordinate geometry question 7. Reminder to those of you who just entered, please write in your name as attendance. Okay, so that I know that you guys are here and so that I can write it in my report when I say how many people have come for this tutorial session. Okay, so you'll find a chat box next to it. Okay, just write your name over there. And then I will take note of your attendance in here. Sorry, I need to think about this question a little bit further before I can solve it. That's okay. Maybe this is the day that I finally have lost all my ability to answer all questions. Okay, coordinate geometry. Let me see. What question was it? Coordinate geometry question 7. Okay, I'm going to display the question because this is the person that asked it. Okay, no worries. Bukan berniat untuk mengecam atau apa-apa. It's just to show you. It's just to show people the question. Azhar, is it possible for you to tell us what is the problem with the question that you are having? The whole question? You want me to answer the whole question, or you want me to answer just one part of the question? Sorry, I kind of have to wait for the the response. It's in page, I think it's page 10. Okay, it should be page 10, coordinate geometry question 7. Okay, I hope this is the question that you are referring to. Yeah, question 7 now. Okay, coordinate C. How do I find coordinate C? Okay, so All right, good question. I'm going to draw it out for us. Okay, so question 7, you have this equation over here, and then you have one line over here. Oh, sorry. So you have that, then you have this coordinate C over here. Okay, and you're given this line y equals to minus 8x minus 24. Okay, and then the other one is 7y equals to 4x plus 40. 7y equals to 4x minus 4x plus 40. Okay, question 40, and then you're given coordinate A is 3 and 4, and then you're given this coordinate B, which is not given to you. Yeah. Okay, so how do you find this coordinate C? Now it's important to note that there are two lines over here, okay, and the two lines over here, they intersect. Okay, so actually point C is known as the point of intersection. Okay, and as long as you have a point of intersection, then you know that the y coordinates must be the same and the x coordinates must be the same. So this equation is y equals to negative 8x minus 24. Whereas this equation, okay, is 7y equals to minus 4x plus 40. Okay, if I change this, I become y equals to negative 4 over 7x plus 40 over 7. Okay, and since this is a point of intersection for these two lines, both the coordinate y's must be the same. Okay, so this y and this y must be the same. So negative x minus 24 equals to negative 4 over 7x plus 40 over 7. Okay, so once you work this out, then you can find the x coordinate. Once you have the x coordinate, you can have the y coordinate. Okay, I'm going to, yeah, you can do simultaneous equations also can. Yes, it's possible. So Tong was asking me, can you do simultaneous equations? Can. You can do simultaneous equations if you can. I like to use y equals to y. Okay, so that the x, so that the x coordinate is left, then you can find the x coordinate. Once you find the x coordinate, okay, then you can find the y coordinate. And remember, the final answer for coordinate, okay, the final answer for coordinate must be in the form of a coordinate. Okay, so C, yada yada, comma, yada yada. Okay, so it must be in this form. All right. I hope that answers your question. Is that okay? Don't forget, whenever you see a point of intersection, take note of the two lines that form the two equations, okay, and make sure that okay, this one is purposely written 7y so that you need to change it to y. Okay, so it's very important that you note this. All right. Next question. Oh, it's a very hot day today. Sorry. Next question from anybody else? Ben, hold on. I'm trying to figure out the answer. I'm trying to figure out the working in my mind. If I can't figure it out during this live stream, I will do a follow-up video. Okay, and then I will post it up and you can watch it on the YouTube. Okay, I will figure out the way to prove the index question just now. Sorry. Okay, not a problem. Any more questions? Anybody? How is this? How is this session looking so far? Is it okay? Do you feel that like Zoom is better or is this better? My main concern is penggunaan data. I find that using YouTube uses a lot less data than Zoom because you only need to download my video. You don't have to think about your own video or the other voices that are coming. The only downside for using this live streaming is that there is about a 10-second delay lah, between my talking and your listening. Okay, so right now, even as you're listening, I've already said it 10 seconds ago. So it's like, whoa. Okay, so even your live chats, whenever you live chat, then you respond to me, right? It also comes back about 10 seconds later. Okay, so yeah, so I may sound like I'm very lambat, but okay, but yeah, it's just that small lag lah, okay, in between this one. Okay, thanks to StreamYard lah for helping me to figure this whole thing out. Okay, is there any more questions that you guys want to ask? Because if there's no more questions, then that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, kita cuba je lah. Yes. What's this? Sure, no problem. Yeah, the delay is pretty strong. Even I'm getting a little bit annoyed at the delay. It's difficult. I think it's difficult to do this for a live session. Maybe a webinar can. Like I talk, and then at the end ni baru kamu tanya soalan atau baru saya jawab soalan. So maybe like kalau mengajar di kelas it's okay. But I think to answer admin questions may not be a very good idea to use live stream. Kan? You think so? Integration question 11. Okay, so we're going to be looking at integration question 11. Oh, integration, I thought we've already left that topic. But okay. Integration question 11. Which part of the question? Can you be more specific? The whole question? Okay, the whole question. All right, so since there's more than one request for this, okay, I'm going to show the one that doesn't have a face lah. Okay, so question 11, the integration, the whole question lah. Okay, so you have one form like this. Okay, then you have a curve. Okay, this is P. Then written here is Q. This is X. This point over here is 4 and 7. Point A. This is the similar point, but on the other side is negative 4 and 7. We're going to call this point B. This is R. This is S. O. Okay, and then of course there's those lines over there. Okay, so the curve, okay, the curve is given as y equals to x squared minus 9. Okay, and then the question is, calculate the volume of revolution in terms of pi when the region is bounded by the curve, when the region bounded by the curve and the x-axis is rotated 180 through the y-axis. Okay, so there are a few things. It's rotated 180 degrees and then about the y-axis. Okay, that is the volume of rotation. Sorry, the rotational axis is the y-axis. So it's rotating this way. But which region is being rotated is the question that we need to see. So look at the boundary. There are two boundaries. It's bounded by the curve and the x-axis. Okay, so the only region that is bounded by the curve and the x-axis, by the whole curve and the x-axis, okay, I presume is this section, which is P. Okay, and also this one over here. Okay, this the place where it is being the loric. Yeah, because it doesn't say the shaded region. Oh no, wait. Hold on. Question 11. Bounded by the y-axis. Bounded by the bounded by the y-axis only refers to this. Okay, only refers to this region. Okay, so since we're using y-axis, we know that this one must be 2y coordinates. Okay, and then at the end over here is dy. Okay, and then this is x squared, and then of course we have the pi di depan sini lah. So apa dua koordinat y ni kita akan bincang kemudian. Secondly, because it is 180 degrees only. Okay, so because since it's only 180 degrees only, so we need to divide this by half. Okay, we will divide the whole thing by 2. So what we're going to get is, since this is y equals to x squared minus 9, I'm going to change this. It's going to be x squared equals to y plus 9. So the volume that we want, okay, will be an integration from 2 points of y plus 9 towards dy. The only question now that we need to ask is, what are the two coordinates we need? Okay, of course, this coordinate over here is 0. Okay, and this coordinate over here is negative 9. Because the minimum point is negative 9. Okay, bila y sama kosong, bila x sama kosong, y equals to negative 9. So our integration will be from negative 9 to 0. This whole section over here, you rotate 180 degrees only. Okay, then you divide by 2. Oh, tidak nampak di bahagian bawah. Sorry. Okay, fine. Turning off. Okay, so we need to divide this by 2 lah. We need to divide this by 180 degrees. Actually, you know what? Cannot. Because the whole region is this way. Okay, the x-axis and the curve, right? The whole region is this. Okay, so when we rotate it 180 degrees, it actually becomes a full rotation. So we don't have to divide it by 2. Okay, we just integrate it as it is from negative 9 all the way to 0. Okay, then once you do this, sorry, there's a pi in front. You should get the answer 81 over 2 pi units cubed. Okay. Okay. The reason why you don't divide by 2, okay, the reason why you don't divide by 2 is because the whole region is already doable up. If let's say we are only talking about this region, you rotate it 360 degrees, then you get one full circle. But because there's two sides, there's no other dua bahagian to this region, the left side and the right side. So when you rotate it 180 degrees, okay, it is as if one side rotated 360 degrees. Okay, so that's why you don't divide by 2. So this is a little bit of a non-routine question. Okay, usually we're very used to only one side and then you rotate 360 degrees. But because this is two sides together, okay, then you rotate it, okay, for 180 degrees, you actually get the same shape. So you don't divide it by 2. Okay, you just leave it as it is. Okay. All right, then question B. Question B says that the area of the shaded region M and N. Where is M and where is N? Oh, okay. Calculate the shaded region of these two. Okay, so sini, this is M. Over here, this is N. Okay, so they're asking us to calculate the area of the shaded region, okay, M and N. I'm going to rub off this section. Okay, given that ABRQ, oh dear, where is ABRQ? ABRQ, okay, this rectangle, the given ABRQ is a rectangle and the area of the unshaded region L, which is this whole thing, wow, what is fun? This whole thing, L, the area of the unshaded region L, okay, this whole section is L. Okay, is 21 1 over 3 units. Okay, so they say that L is 21 1 over 3 units. Okay, so you want to find that only this one and this one left. Okay. Why would it be a problem? Because they've already given the entire thing. So it's just would it be the rectangle minus 21 minus 1 over 3? Yeah. Okay. This whole rectangle, okay, you just have to find the area of the rectangle minus L, then you get this two. Okay, that's how you get it. So how do you get the area? Okay, so the area will be how big it is from R to Q. Okay, or okay, from A to B. Since it's negative 4 and 4, so it will be 8 times the height will be 7. So 8 times 7 minus 21, 1 over 3. Okay, then you will get the final answer, 34, 2 over 3 units cubed. Okay. So it looks like a very complicated question, but actually it is not. It just requires us to understand how the entire shaded region looks like. Okay, I hope this answers your question. Okay, so somebody is asking me question 6, coordinate geometry. We're going back to coordinate geometry, question 6. Question 6. Okay, Harisa, would you like to tell us the whole question or just one part of the question that you want me to talk about specifically? Because it helps to know which part of the question that you want me to talk about. Because if I talk about the whole question, tapi the rest of the question okay sudah, then it's kind of pointless lah. So if there's a specific part that you want me to talk about, please let me know. Question 6. Is there a part in question 6 that you want me to talk about? Kalau boleh the whole lah. Okay, fine. All right. So back to coordinate geometry, question 6. Wow, I noticed that so far everybody has not asked me linear law, which means should be okay lah, kan? Okay, coordinate geometry, question number 6. Okay, let's see. So you have this situation once again, and you have a triangle. Something tells me that this is a strange question, but okay, fine. So you're given this triangle, is A, B, C. You're given here is R, here is P, here is Q. Okay, this is Y, and this is X. And you're given A is 1 and 8, B is 7 and 8, C is 3 and -2. Okay, then you're given the gradient of QR. Okay, the gradient of QR is 3 over 2. Okay, P, Q, and R are midpoints. P, Q, R is midpoint. Okay. P, Q, R midpoint, that's it. Okay, so the first question, okay, the first question is what is K? The second question, sorry, I'm blocking this again, right? Okay. So the first question is what is K? The second question is the equation of AP. Okay, and question C is the ratio. Okay, ABC to PQR. Okay, so we're going to start with question A lah. Okay, how do you find the value of K? How do you find the value of K? Is there any other? No, there's no other information given to you. Okay, so since we are given that Q and R, okay, over from Q to R, we are given that the gradient is 3 over 2. Q to R. Wait, are we given the QR is 3 over 2 or BP? Hold on. Okay. Okay, I know that my drawing is a little bit off, okay, on this, but if they have given the gradient of QR, which is this line, okay, I'm going to use blue, okay, the gradient of this is 3 over 2. One interesting thing about triangles is that these two are actually parallel lines, okay, because they fall on the same, they're on the same line and they fall on the same line on the other side. So we can say that the gradient of QR is also equal to the gradient of BC. Okay, in that sense lah. So because of that, okay, since the gradient of QR is 3 over 2, okay, we can say that the gradient of BC is also 3 over 2. So K minus -2 over 7 minus 3. And then you should get the answer. K is equals to 4. Okay. If you remember your form 1, this is known as the sudut sepadan since these two are parallel to one another. Okay, since they start from the same line and they end in the same line, although at different points. Okay, but they are definitely parallel to one another. Okay, it's a triangle thing. Okay, then after that, the next question is the equation of AP. Okay, which is, I'm going to change color, the equation of A to P. Okay, once I have the value of K, okay, equals to 4, I'm going to give you the steps only lah. Okay, I give you the steps and you figure it out. Okay, since I know that this is 4, I can find P. Okay, I can find P. I find the P because P is the midpoint. So 7 plus 3 over 2, and then 4 plus -2 over 2, I get this one. And since I have point A and I have point P, okay, I can find the gradient. Find the gradient of AP. Okay, and then use y equals to mx plus c to find c, and then you've gotten the entire equation in itself. Okay, and then the third question, C, which is triangle ABC ratio, the ratio of triangle ABC to triangle PQR, is you have to separately count the triangles. Okay, okay, yeah, since you're asking for the answer, this one is, okay, the answer for B is y equals to negative 7 over 4x plus 39 over 4. Okay, this is the answer for question B. Okay, for question C, you kind of have no choice. You have to calculate every single point, find ABC, you got already, find PQR, then you find the areas separately. Okay, once you have the areas, find the area, bahkan. Yeah. Okay, once you find the areas, okay, then you find the ratio for it. Okay, we find that triangle ABC, which is the much bigger triangle. Okay, the answer they give here is 26. Okay, and then PQR, the answer is 6.5. Okay, so our final answer will be 4 to 1. The triangle ABC must be much bigger, okay, than triangle PQR. But you have to find the triangles separately. Okay, so use the triangle formula that we've learned in the chapter last year, okay, to find this one, then kasi nisbah saja. Okay, but remember whenever you do a ratio, you must give it in the most simplified the version, simplified version. 26 ratio, sorry, 26 nisbah 6.5 kan is not acceptable because you can still simplify it. Okay, you will find the answer is 4 to 1. Okay, yeah. So I'm guessing that quite a number of you are stuck here, okay, because you don't realize that QR and BC are actually parallel. Okay, they're parallel because they start and end at the same line. So any line over here is parallel. Okay, so once you have that, then I guess in the future, if you this question should become no problem. Okay, remember that when they start and end the same line, they always, especially in a triangle, okay, they are definitely parallel. Okay, any more questions? Oh, sorry, somebody's here. I'm blocking. Okay. Well, I should just hang out here until until a while. If I don't hear any more questions, then I will call it a night. But if you have any questions, just put it on, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to try to answer Ben's question once again. Uh, see if I can figure it out before the end of our session today. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, fine. Integration question 5. Let's do that first. Okay, we'll come back to your question in a while, Ben. I figured it out already. Integration question 5. Okay. How come we're answering integration questions again? I thought we already covered all this. It's okay. Is this the question with the problem? No, this is the question. Oh, no, it's not the question with the problem. Okay, which part of the question are you, Eugene? You want me to answer the whole thing, or you want me to only answer a certain part? And we're going to wait for 10 more seconds for the video. A and B should be okay liao. A and B should be okay. So you want me to do C. I'm not really understanding Eugene. You want me to answer question C or just A and B only? Okay, fine. A and B, yeah. So we have this over here and one line that is like this. Okay, and then we find that this is the other one. Okay, then this one here. And over here is point H. Okay, and then this line, okay, is x equals to y minus 3 squared. Okay, and the line over here is y equals to x minus 9. Okay, so we do it in here. Okay, fine. So we find that the first question is find the value of h. Okay, the value of h actually happens to fall, once again, it is the point of intersection. Okay, so point of intersection means the y coordinates are the same. But the only problem now is it's very difficult for us to do the y coordinates now. So it's okay. We find the x coordinate first, and then we find the y coordinate after that. Okay, so if I have the x coordinate, I will have x equals to this. This one will give me x equals to y plus 9. So if I equate these two, I'll get y minus 3 squared equals to y plus 9. Okay, then you figure out, you will get two answers. Okay, and only one is a logical answer. Yeah. Really, you want me to answer? Do you think you can do this? Another 10-second delay. Can? Oh, this delay is pretty serious. We're too used to Zoom already, I think. So it's like we're very used to instantaneous response. So now while I wait for the response in the live chat, I have to. Okay, B, yeah, B is the area of the shaded region. Okay, once you have this coordinate, you can find this coordinate. Okay, then this coordinate will be this trapezium shape, okay, minus this integration from 0 all the way to whatever the value of h is. Okay, let me see if I have the answer for this on question 5. Okay, so question 5, they'll give you the answer h equals to 7. Okay, so B will be the integration from 0 to 7. Okay, here it's 7. Okay, so from 0 to 7 of this curve. And since we're talking about dy, so this will be y minus 3 squared. Okay, because remember, if it is dy, then over here must be x. And since this is x already, so we just use y minus 3 squared. Okay, but that is only this section. Okay, we need to find the entire trapezium now. So the trapezium formula, okay, so the area of shaded region, okay, I'm going to turn off this one because, okay, it's okay. The area of the shaded region, okay, equals to the trapezium. Okay, this is a trapezium, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it looks like a rectangle over here because my drawing is ugly, but it's actually a trapezium. Okay, so you find the area of the trapezium minus this one, 0 to 7, y minus 3 squared dy. Okay, then you should be able, then you should be able to get the answer. Question 5. Okay, the answer is 57, 1 over 6. Okay, 57, 1 over 6 units squared. Yeah. So obviously using live streaming for tutorial is a bad idea. Okay, so I may consider this only for our physics classes lah, where I don't have to entertain so many questions until the end. Yeah, I think we will probably do that. Yeah, the break, yeah, the delay is a bit tough lah. So maybe for admaths classes, we'll do Zoom. For physics classes, since I'm doing most of the talking anyway, I will probably do streaming, okay, via this one. Then whatever questions you have, I will just answer it on the live chat. In this one. Yeah. 10 seconds later. Okay, sorry. So coming back to Ben's question, since there is no more question, okay, I'm going to come back to Ben's question first. Answer C, or the answer. Okay, C, the answer is 243 over 5 pi. Okay, units cube. Okay, 243 over 5 pi. Okay. I'm going to come back to Ben's question again. So, Ben's question was the log question, okay, the one that I had a problem with in the beginning. So, if you're new to this channel, then if you're new to this channel, then yeah, very sorry for the horrendous first impression. Okay, so the question again is index and log. Okay, question 4b. Okay, if a to the power x plus a to the power minus x equals to root of 6, prove okay, that a to the power x plus 2 and a to the power x minus 2 equals to negative 1 over a to the power 2x. Okay, that was the question now. Yes, need attendance because we have been told that every class needs to, no, every session that I do, I need to have a name list of people who attended the session. Whether they attended it for 1 minute or for 1 hour, and I really hope it's 1 hour. I mean, I really hope it's the entire time. Don't be so dishonest, people. 1 minute, just write your name and then chow already. Then, okay, it doesn't serve the purpose at all. Okay, so if your handle name is already your own name, then it's okay lah. Okay, but if let's say you're like Jeremiah and then your handle name is someone else, then I have to know who is this someone else. Okay, anyway, coming back to this question. Okay, the problem now lies in this part. So just now I was solving this part and I said that after I settle this part, ax plus 2 and ax minus 2, I'll get a to the power of 2x minus 4. And then I'm stuck. I still don't know what to do after that. Okay, so then they give us this thing, okay, which means that I somehow have to convert this into this. Okay, this is my start, this is my finish. I will convert this into this, and I somehow have to use this information given over here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down and I'm going to look at it. A to the power x plus a to the power minus x equals to the square root of 6. Now, the biggest hindrance, okay, for me, I thought at first was the a to the power of minus x. And then I realized that actually it's not really that much of a hindrance because the square root is an even bigger problem. So how do you get rid of the square root? You square both sides. So a to the power of x plus a to the power of minus x, the whole thing squared equals to 6. Therefore, getting rid of our problem, the problem is the square root. And this becomes a very simple quadratic equation. This will give you a to the power of 2x, okay, plus 2 plus a to the power of minus 2x equals to 6. Okay, and therefore, if I'm going to bring everything, because what I want to do is I want to substitute this in here. So I bring everything over, I get a to the power of 2x equals to 4 minus a to the power of negative 2x. Okay, and so I substitute this in here. Okay, substitute it in here, you get 4 minus 4 minus a to the power of negative 2x, and actually minus a to the power of negative 2x is actually the same as this. And then you've already proven the equation. Okay, Okay, so I thought at first that the a to the power minus x was the problem. Actually, the problem is the square root of 6. That was the problem. Okay, so no worry, you can always watch this video again to see the explanation, but I'm going to leave it as here. Ini kau kasih ganti masuk di sini, solve that part, and you will get this one. Okay, it is. I'm very sure that you will get that one. Okay, probably that's why this is only a 2-mark question. Okay, the other question that was asked of me was question 6. Okay, so hold on, I'm going to change back into this one. What page was it? What page was it again? Is it page 17? Sorry, I seem to have lost track of the page that I was supposed to be on. Oh, hold on. Okay, found it. Wow, this lag is pretty serious. If you're chatting something, then I really don't know whether you're saying anything, because right now I'm getting nothing. Okay, 6B, is it? Let me see what's Edison. Sorry, what is Ben's question? Okay. Log and indices, question 6B. Okay. Okay, so the question, log and indices, question 6B is, oh dear, given that log AN equals to half log A 4 minus log A 0.375 minus 6 log A 3. Okay, find the value of n. Okay, then calculate the value of log AN when A equals to 2 over 3. Okay, so this is the question that was asked by Ben. I'm going to hide this comment. Okay, yeah, the delay is pretty bad. Okay, it's okay. All right. So we're supposed to find the value of n. Okay, so the big problem now is this. Okay, so if I'm going to start from here, since this is a log minus, and all the logs are the same, first thing is I'm going to move this 6 up to here. I'm going to move this to 6 up here. Okay, and then after that, since they are all the same bases, so I will say this is log A 24. Okay, divide by 0.375 times 3 to the power of 6. Okay, this whole thing will become that. Why is it both down here? Because it's minus and minus. Okay, so this is divide and divide, so they're dividing by the same thing twice. Okay. If you're not, so this will be half of log A, of all this equals to log A n. Does it make sense? Okay, changing all this into this. Okay, so using the calculator, which I don't know where my calculator is. Can I get the calculator? Okay, so this will be 24 divided by 0.375 times times 3 to the power of 6. Am I getting this right? 3 to the power of 6. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, 24 divided by 0.375 times 3 to the power of 6. Okay, so this will be about 0.08879. Okay, so I'll get about log AN equals to half log A 0.08779. Okay, bring the whole thing up, so N will be equal to 0.08779 square root. Okay, which will give us our final answer. Okay. I think question 6 is the one with no answer. Oh, ada. CC, I'm the one that is wrong. Mm. 0.08, sorry, square root of 0.08779 is about 0.3. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Did I write 64? Three to the power of 6, 729. Yeah, 0.375 times 729 times 24. Yeah, correct. N is about 8 over 27. Sorry, I'm going to do this again. Square root of 0.08779. Okay, it's about 0.296. Right. Okay, so the question is find log AN when A equals to 2 over 3. Okay, so log AN, if N is 0.296, okay, therefore log 2 over 3, 0.296. Okay, if you do a change of log 10, 0.296 over log 10, 2 over 3, okay, you should be able to get the answer, which is about 3. Agak-agak lah. Okay, depending on how you look at this question. Okay. Yeah, this session is pretty susah lah because of the delay and everything. Okay, so whatever you're typing in the live chat is coming to me very slowly lah, or it's coming to me like banyak at one shot. Okay, so it's okay, don't worry. I'll still post up this video because, as I said, this is a work in progress. I'm trying to see whether this works. Obviously, I think session where we need to question and answer banyak-banyak, it doesn't work very much. Okay, there is still a way to do this now. I may choose to do it in another way. Okay, and we'll see how that happens now. Okay, any questions? I see that there's 22 people left. Because there are people going in and going out, and it's like this question is why are we answering this question is very difficult. Okay. The good news is tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, and and we only have class on Monday. Since there's no more questions yet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share. I just want to inform all of you lah. Okay, that I want to inform all of you about next week's schedule. Okay, next week's schedule is okay. I'm going to share it over here. Okay, so look at next week's schedule, people. So Monday is physics, and we're going to go into chapter 5 because we've already discussed this with the Form 5 teachers, me and Cikgu here. So we decided that we're going to do this first because it's an easier topic to talk about more. Okay, and then for Admaths Form 5, we're going to go into vector. I know that with certain classes like S1, I think you guys are doing probability, but it's okay. Okay, so we're just going to start with vector lah, because memang we wanted to start with vector before the RMO. Okay, but since the RMO happened, so a lot of changes were made. Okay, so please take note. Next week we only have class for 4 days. I know it's every day, okay, at the same time, 10 to 12, 10 to 12, but I want to keep this consistency lah. Okay, asal 10 to 12 is form 5, 10 to 12 form 5. So please try to make it, especially my own students from S2 and S1 in the AC lah. All right, so okay. Any more questions? Yeah, I know it's very, it's, I guess we need to try to improve and see how it works. Okay, I guess if there's no questions, I think we can call it a night, because tiada sudah orang yang mau tanya apa-apa soalan, or at least as far as I can see lah. Okay, tiada orang yang menanya soalan. Maybe if you have, maybe I just check my phone lah, just to double check. Maybe ada orang yang personally message saya ke atau apa-apa. Okay, nobody has messaged me. So if that's the case, have a good weekend, everybody. Okay, although you're not going anywhere for the weekend, but have a good weekend, and then I'll see you all on Monday at 10 a.m. Okay, for our physics class. I think it's physics, right? Yeah, I think it's physics. Let me see. Yes. Okay, our Monday class is physics. So those of you who are taking physics on Monday, I will see you all. All right.